The things that people may not realize is the buying and selling of real estate really has an economic impact, not only nationwide, not only countywide, but citywide and personally as well.
Yes, absolutely. One of the things that got me thinking about this this week really was the recent passing of the levy that occurred in St. Cloud.
Sure.
And I was listening to your show, I believe, and they're breaking it down.
Yeah.
Whatever the dollars per month it would cost a typical homeowner to have a drastic improvement to Apollo High School.
Whether it's $3 or $5 or whatever.
I think it was like $241 or
Right,
something like that.
exactly.
It was, and so I'm thinking, when you see these big numbers of $50 million, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you want to be confident that the schools are going to use that fiscally sound, and I believe that that's always the goal. But the gist of it is it's pretty hard to say no to that when you know that kids in the community are going to benefit from something like that at such a small monthly investment.
Right.
I mean, less than a cup of coffee per month, and we're doing an overall improvement. And it's just got me thinking about, the fact that we can do that at $2.41 per month across the home ownership in our school district is because we have strong home ownership.
Yeah.
So that is an immediate economic impact that we have right now in our community because we have that strong home ownership in our community.
And Heidi, you've talked about this in the past, the importance of home ownership, how it builds strong communities,
It does,
right?
yeah.
And when you look at dollars and cents, everybody's kind of paying for their own future, right?
You sure are. And when you're looking at building strong neighborhoods, strong communities, more people want to work in those communities. So then the job situations become a little bit more sound. The safety of communities become a little bit more sound when people own homes in those communities. So, the ripple effect of that is beneficial across the board. And I think that we've always had that in St. Cloud, in central Minnesota, in the surrounding areas.
Yeah.
But there's some interesting statistics, I think, just from Minnesota as a whole. When somebody buys a home, the calculated number that they've determined is that it has $123,000 economic impact for every home that's sold.
Really?
That's a lot.
Not just the price of the home, but the whole 9 yards when they figure it all out.
The ripple effect out, and the biggest impact would be construction.
Sure.
So, and whether that be the new construction or remodeling or the things that spill over from that, but there's a impact of just people maybe buying more things, and for a long time that number was right around $3,400. That is a 4.6% economic impact, $5,620 somebody spends on average when they move.
Right, and okay, so you think about your cable, that's got to be switched, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. You're going to get some new furniture, right?
Yep.
Maybe some new appliances?
For sure.
Carpeting?
Yeah.
Got to dress the place up?
Yeah.
Drapes? Whatever.
Go to Home Goods, get
All
some
that
pictures.
stuff,
Yeah,
exactly
it's,
right.
It's all there. Just the real estate industries in general, the mortgage industry, the real estate industry, title companies, inspectors, that impact locally is about $34,000 per transaction. But the multiple other expenditures, like you mentioned, switching to Spectrum or switching over garbage utilities and different things that are needed. I mean, that's like $19,000.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big. It's a pretty big influx.
But I have something that is even better to think about, I think. When you are buying a house, building a house, what have you, when you're moving on up, that community, what's the first thing people always used to ask, and maybe they still do? Are we close to schools?
Yeah,
Right?
For sure.
What about church? Right?
Yep.
And everybody is thinking about where I'm going to live in a nice, safe, wonderful community.
Yes, yeah, and those are still the questions we get. Where can I walk my dog? Are there parks close?
Sure.
And how far are those things away? So it's all really, really positive things. But I guess the other thing that I would impress on this is that if we're making this impact and $34,000 of that impact is local, I would employ people in our community to consider using a local real estate agent as
Absolutely.
well. Because we do have that where you see, people have relationships, maybe they've spilled over from other areas, but tap into the experts that are in our community here and use those local people as much as possible because it has the direct impact.
Sure. Does the person who's at the other end of 1-800-WHO-CARES?
Yes.
Do they know about the parks? No.
No.
Do they know about the schools? No. Does Heidi know about the parks and the schools? Heck yeah.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah.
I might even go to those parks as well. So I think that it's all good news for our area, and we're in a beneficial area. I'm glad that some of the things that are needing to be improved are supported by our community, and small investment of tax dollars to really make things impactful.
Small investment goes a long way.
It does.
Heidi, how do we work with you folks at VoigtJohnson Real Estate?
Well, you can reach out to us by phone anytime, 320-774-2400, or visit our website at VoigtJohnson.com. We've got a great gallery of agents there waiting to work with you.
Heidi, thank you.
All right, thanks.